Hegseth can talk a good game on, oh, we're all about war fighting, lethality, and getting rid of all the noise and all the clutter, but all the clutter is still there. They've put the clutter from the previous administration in one cupboard, and they've opened another cupboard, and a whole bunch of other stuff has just fallen out.
Welcome to The Debrief, where we talk with the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the headlines they're covering and where the story's going next. I'm Sarah Bedford, and I'm here with managing editor Chris Irvine.
Hey.
Chris, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is back in the hot seat, if he ever left it. He's under scrutiny for a number of things right now. Why is he in such heat?
Yeah, so the latest thing that has come back up, it's sort of old news, but it's new news as well, on the back of the Signal group chat. What emerged this week was that he was in a second Signal chat, that he'd been sharing, if not classified information, then certainly sensitive information on the plan to take on the Houthis. And people that were in that chat included his wife, who is not a member of the Pentagon, his personal lawyer, and his brother, who is he's a liaison between the Pentagon and the Department of Homeland Security. But it's raising questions on Hegseth, his decision making, perhaps would be the succinct way of putting it.
Is there anything going right at the Pentagon for him right now? Like, are there successes going on for him that are maybe going under the radar because of all the negative press coverage?
So I think the Pentagon has a bit of an issue when it comes to the cultivation of the media, and it comes because of Hegseth's background in the media. When he first came in, he was, if you recall, the start when there was the helicopter crash over DC. He was good at getting in front of the camera, explaining what was going on. His social media presence has been very strong. He's likes to go out and do push-ups with the troops and things like that. But it's a sort of be careful what you wish for, because that then leads to kind of hyperfixation on everything and anything that the Pentagon does. So stuff like recruitment numbers, which have gone up, and he indeed touted it today, that I think they met their numbers with about 6 months to go, which is something to be commended, and it shows that they are doing some things right. But it then gets lost in the noise that is everything else. And one great example this week was there was a report that came out from an outlet that said they had wanted to revamp a room off the green room in the Pentagon that would basically act as a makeup room. Now, the report, I think, got some stuff wrong in it, or perhaps maybe mischaracterized some stuff. I'm not entirely sure. But Hegseth and his people and this DoD rapid response outfit were so quick to jump on it, tweeting multiple times about how it's fake, how it's false. And even when journalists of other outlets were retweeting it, they would say, no, this is fake as well. So it's kind of flooding the zone with unnecessary clutter, and I think it goes to a problem that the Pentagon has, that there's a bit of a lack of focus on what the mission is. Hegseth can talk a good game on, oh, we're all about war fighting, lethality, and getting rid of all the noise and all the clutter, but all the clutter is still there. They've put the clutter from the previous administration in one cupboard, and they've opened another cupboard, and a whole bunch of other stuff has just fallen out. And it doesn't make me particularly confident in what the Hegseth regime is doing at the Pentagon.
Some of that clutter has come from recently departed Pentagon aides or fired Pentagon aides who have spoken about some incompetence that they see at the Pentagon leadership. And Hegseth has sort of characterized this as people with axes to grind, not aligned with the MAGA mission. Is this an example of non-loyal staffers, which we've seen before, telling all when they leave the Trump administration, or are these credible figures from a MAGA perspective who are issuing these criticisms?
Yeah, well, I think in this case, you can try and characterize I think Caroline Leavitt tried to characterize all of the Pentagon being against Pete Hegseth, but these were people that were brought in to work with Hegseth. They have bona fides from the first Trump administration. They're part of that movement. What seems to have happened here is that these officials were all jockeying for power, maybe all briefing against one another. Hegseth, unfortunately for him, seems to have been kind of caught in the middle of it. But again, that goes back to the buck stops with me. And it's all well and good that he can come and say, oh, these are disgruntled former employees with an axe to grind. Well, Yeah, but this happened on your watch, buddy. This isn't kind of deep state Biden and Obama rogue operatives who are working to undercut you. These are the people that you brought in to kind of clean up this mess, and it's just created a whole other mess. So again, it goes back to leadership, and he really needs to kind of get his act together, because you simply cannot do that at a place of the magnitude of the Pentagon, and they need to kind of get back to focusing on the stuff that they are doing well and getting rid of all the noise.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah.
You can get more writing from Chris and the rest of the political team at washingtonexaminer.com.